If you're building an app, choosing the right tech stack can make or break your project. After developing over 10 plus apps over the last 2 years, I refined my tech stack to the best tools for performance, scalability, and speed. And that's what I'm going to be sharing with you guys today, showing you exactly the tech stack that I use to help develop apps for myself and for my clients. Let's dive straight into it. So the first item in my tech stack that I'm going to be talking about today is, I think you guys probably guessed it if you've seen my other videos on my channel. So obviously the first thing in my tech stack that I'm going to be talking about is the Flutter framework. So obviously the reason why I like using the Flutter framework is because it has the advantages of being a cross-platform solution. So what this means is that it allows me to develop on both Android and iOS within a single code base. So this saves me a lot of time by not having to develop code on a native platform. I can develop that code base within the Flutter Dart language, within that one code base, and to deploy it on both Android and iOS at the same time, which is such a game changer. It saves myself both time and money in regards to app development as well. And it also saves you money as well in terms of app development as well when you're hiring me to help you develop your app as well, especially when I'm using the Flutter framework. And another great advantage with the Flutter framework is that it allows designs to be consistent on both platforms. That's a disadvantage with the React Native platform, because with the React Native platform, you have to use the native platform's UI interfaces, whereas with the Flutter framework, you can design the widgets and the animations that works on both Android and iOS, and that looks exactly the same on both platforms, which is another great advantage as well. Another reason why I like Flutter is because of its speed and performance advantages that it has. So especially when I'm developing the UX and UI implementation code from the UX UI designs and all that, I'm able to quickly implement the code in Flutter, even with the help of AI and all that. And if I need to make quick changes and all that, I'm able to quickly change like the UX UI code and all that, and it's able to quickly deploy onto the phone app when I'm testing out the UX and UI and all that. And that's actually another great advantage as well that I like using. The next thing I want to talk about in my tech stack, and this does continue on in regards to Flutter as well, the next thing I'm going to be talking about is actually the Bluetooth libraries that I use within the Flutter framework. Now, the reason why I want to talk about these Bluetooth libraries is because I've actually used these two different libraries to actually help develop code solutions to connect to Bluetooth devices, especially for myself and I'm working with clients. So there's two Bluetooth libraries that I've been using in regards to the Flutter framework include the Flutter Blue Plus library and the React BLE library. And what I really like about these two libraries is that it saves me a whole heap of time of not having to develop the native Bluetooth code from scratch. I can use these existing libraries to develop existing Bluetooth communication code to devices, which saves me a lot of time, money, and energy, especially when I'm working with clients directly to help them deliver their app on time and everything like that. Especially when you're working with a mobile app that needs to communicate with an embedded device. And the really great thing about the React BLE library is that it supports Bluetooth devices that also have a central device and a service central device. This is a bit of an advanced concept in terms of Bluetooth communication code, but that's what I really like about the React BLE library in regards to the Flutter Bluetooth communication library. Now, before I talk about the next thing in today's video, if you guys need any help in regards to bringing your app idea to life and you need help doing so, what I would like for you to do is to click on the link below to learn more about what I have to offer. And if you're interested, what I would like for you to do is to book in a call with me to see how I can help you out. The next thing I want to talk about in my tech stack is what we call the SQLite library. So this SQLite library I've been using since 2016 when I first started learning about mobile app development, because it has been so consistent in regards to being able to easily set up and create databases for mobile apps. Whether you're going to have a database with 10,000 items or 5 items, it has been so efficient in regards to being able to set up and deploy databases when I'm developing mobile apps. And it's a tool that I speak highly of, especially when I'm working with databases that have multiple tables, and obviously when I need to export data out to either say an Excel spreadsheet or a text file or something else, or something that I need to deploy out on the web. It is something that is so reliable and consistent that I can speak highly of. The next item in my list that I want to talk about, which has been such a game changer, especially in the last few years, is the AWS platform, also known as Amazon Web Services. So the advantage of this platform is that it has many features that I use as well, including file cloud storage, especially for where I'm storing like updates, including like hex files and firmware files that I can use to update devices directly from the cloud. It also allows back-end server communication, which allows seamless integration as well. And it also allows to be able to set up and access back-end communication in regards to APIs and servers and gateways and all that, which is also another great advantage with the AWS platform as well. And it also gives a lot of clear and easy documentation in regards to being able to set up communication across various platforms with the AWS platform as well in regards to our mobile app, which is something that I really enjoy, and which has also been beneficial in regards to working with apps that also integrate with back-end cloud services as well. And the performance benefits that I've seen by using AWS, especially when you're working with IoT devices, especially when you're updating multiple devices at the same time, the performance benefits that I've gotten out of using AWS, especially when you're working with devices that work with an app working together at the same time, AWS has been such a game changer in regards to the performance benchmarks, and the failures have been a lot less compared to other platforms that I've used in the past. So that's why I highly recommend using AWS, especially when you're working with back-end server communications, storage, API gateways and all that, especially with IoT devices as well, which is something that I highly recommend as well. The next thing I want to talk about in my toolkit is in regards to UX UI design. Now, professionally, I'm not a UX UI designer, so if you come to me and say, Sahil, can you please design a UX UI design for my app? My answer is always going to be, please get someone else to do it for you. What I can do is that get the designs done by somebody else, give me those designs, and I'll convert those designs into Flutter code or React Native code, and I'll bring those app designs to life. That is what I can do in regards to those designs. So when it comes to UI designs, the tool that I highly recommend you use in regards to designing your UX UI designs is by using the Figma tool. Now, this is a tool that you can use online to easily create the UX UI designs of your app as well. And I'm able to easily get those designs and convert those designs into Flutter code or React Native code as well. But also with the Figma tool, even if I need to prototype like a very basic app, I can still utilize the Figma tool to prototype a very basic UX UI design for an app, just for a basic MVP. Professional UX UI design, but just something like very basic that I can quickly prototype using the Figma tool. And this also has advantages rather than just using the Adobe XD program, because with the Adobe XD program, obviously you have to pay for a subscription and all that, and it's obviously geared towards professional UX UI designers as well. And you do need to have that graphic design knowledge and obviously that in-house knowledge of using the Adobe XD program as well, which is something that I don't really know as well. With Adobe XD designs as well, all you have to do, it's the same thing as well. All you have to do is just give me the Adobe XD files as well, and I can convert those XD files into Flutter or React Native code as well. And the final item in today's toolbox is the BuildKite CI/CD platform. Now, the really great thing about BuildKite is that I found BuildKite to be really fast, especially in regards to deploying apps, especially when you're running a whole bunch of unit tests and you're deploying your app for both Android and iOS. And being able to see all the unit tests being run, if you have unit tests being written for your app that you've developed, it's also really handy to see what's working and what's breaking in regards to the builds in both Android and iOS. And that's something that I really enjoyed using out of BuildKite and all that. Because with the other platform that I tried to use, which was Jenkins, was a lot more prone to having errors and was a lot more easier to break, which is something that I really didn't enjoy. Whereas with BuildKite, I found there were a lot less errors in regards to deploying the app on both Android and iOS, and being able to see the log and actually see what's actually working and also what's actually breaking was something that I looked upon highly favorably. And it was also recommended by the DevOps guy that I was working with in regards to being able to deploy on both Android and iOS at the same time using the BuildKite CI/CD platform. So if you guys are planning to use a CI/CD platform to deploy your app, I do highly recommend using BuildKite in regards to setting up and deploying your app, especially when you need to deploy your app on both using unit tests and also deploying your app in regards to both the Apple App Store and the Google Play Store as well. So those are the 6 items that I use to help design and develop apps for myself and when I'm working with clients as well. Now, some of you might be still watching this video and thinking, look, Sahil, I'm a non-technical guy. I'm not a software engineer. I don't care about these platforms. Can you just help me to design and implement my app and just help me bring it to life? And my answer is absolutely yes. And if you need help doing so in regards to bringing your app idea to life and you don't want to focus on choosing what tech stack to set up and everything like that and all the technical jargon and all that, what I would like for you to do is to click on the link below to book in a free call with me, and we'll talk and see how I can help you out bring your app idea to life. Thank you so much for watching, guys. If you enjoyed this video, like the video down below and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.